There we go. We're going to wait. Pop up on YouTube. And it sounds like we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Air Racing League Series. Coming to you live this week from Auto Club. So, a good little 68-lap race we're going to have on tap for you guys tonight here on this Monday. After, I believe, last week, I'm getting my leagues mixed up. But last week at Bristol, which saw Swervin get the race win. I'm thinking of a couple of races back. So yes, Bristol being very eventful. Now we go to this much different track, big mile and a half. True test here, wide open spaces. Even though this track does have some wide open running room, usually leads to a bit of chaos. So we'll see if these guys can keep it all four wheels underneath them and keep those noses pointed in front. But it is Swervin Irvin, last week's race winner, starting on the pole for tonight. And then Go Blue Tater starting in second. Third will be Sir Gillian's back in the order tonight. Mudweiser running fourth. Captain D Longneck rounding out your top five. And starting on the outside of row 3, Solo 33. Yokeman starting 7th. J.E. Racing in 9th. Boss of the Sauce. J.E. Racing in 8th. Boss of the Sauce in 9th. And Private Patton rounding out your top 10. 13 drivers in the field tonight. Seed Triller going to start outside of the top 10. Actually, a couple of drivers didn't even qualify. So Boss of the Sauce, who's starting 9th, all the way down to the driver starting in 13th, who I do not know because I cannot see, will be coming up from the rear, including Private Patton, who's already got a win on the year this season and is slowly starting to run up the pecking order in the points as he sits 8th currently. Right now, though, Mikey Danman still has that one win. He is your points leader, and by a considerable margin, up 31 over Boss of the Sauce, sitting second. Then J.E. Racing close behind in third, followed by Yokeman, also close behind in fourth. By the way, second to fourth, only a 9-point difference. So that's those three drivers in a dead heat for position. JRC Indy, who is not in the field tonight. You got Kai Taff saying, let's get it on. He's ready to get this one going. We're waiting on these guys to get it going. How the hell do I have an ad? Oh, because I'm not even in my damn live. Oh, because Danny cut his live stream. That's crazy. And they are in the countdown. Thank God I saw that. I'm like, there's no way I have that. And it is join in time. Time to get this Race It Auto Club underway. So Boss of the Sauce 9th, Private Patton 11th, Young Money in 11th, C Triller 12th, Mikey Danman 13th, and Do Not Mind Me. 13 drivers in the field. We'll see how many of those we have at the end of this one. No walk-ins. I know Bristol was a little bit chaotic. Can we see everybody minding their P's and Q's here today? And here we go, Swervin' Irvin. And Go Blue Tater on the front row for this green flag that is now down and out. And we are underway. And Swervin' Irvin quick to the race lead. Meanwhile, Gillian's underneath the 44 Tater. He takes over P2. Swervin' quick to jump up and block the potential run by that 29. Gillian's. Oh dear. Oh, and it appears that Mikey Danman is not in the race? He is not. Well, that's an issue because that was my only stream. Oh boy. So I will not be able to know what's going on. Nice. There's nobody else. Oh, see, Triller's slow. Coming down pit road. Oh, this is not ideal. The Swervin' Irvin, though, we'll go back to calling it. Swervin' Irvin, your race leader, Sir Gillian's in second. Then you got Go Blue Tater running in P3, but now through the grass goes the Blue 44. Caught loose out of turn 4. Now move Mudweiser up to P3. I really don't like not knowing what lap we're on, but we're still running through. Captain D Longneck up to P4. Solo now into the top 5 in the 33. Then Yokeman being blocked heavy by Boss of the Sauce in the 18. Oh, and he misses 3 and 4. Goes wide, and that was... Oh, J.E. Racing that run on the 18. Had to back it off, though. Meanwhile, battle up at the front. Swervin' Irvin under fire from Sir Gillians, who dives into turn 1. The 29 taking the race lead. And now Mudweiser trying to capitalize on the bad corner by Swervin'. Swervin' trying to go underneath. To the inside goes the 28. And now the crossover by Gillians out of 4. This is why we love Auto Club, for moves like that. And now Swervin' Irvin going to have yet another run on the 29. Going to try and run him up the track a little bit. Gillian's got to back up the corner and try and plan his next attack. Will not be a crossover, but he does get the nose on that wing. Side drafting down the backstretch. Swervin' Irvin, though, able to control the race lead once again. We are literally guessing the laps, because I have no way of knowing who's doing what. But, ooh, here we go. Battle back here. Captain D Longneck up to P3, but not quite yet. The 88 there still. Mudweiser trying to hold on to that third spot. Can't quite do it. The run goes to the 5. Also, the draft does play a factor here at Auto Club, and you got to think that because the 5 was up on the outside, where that 29 is, that the draft was playing a heavy influence as to why he was able to clear the 88. Meanwhile, Sir Gillian still hunting down your race leader in Swervin Irvin, last week's Bristol winner and today's pole sitter. And all over the bumper of that 28 is the 29. Shoves him into 3 and 4, looking to see if he can get a run here on the inside. It's looking like just by the skin of his shaft does he have him on the inside. However, the outside momentum carries the 28 to hold on to the race lead. As the laps here continue to wind down. Gillian's trying to back up the corner and take that high line. You see it really paying off. It's Swervin Irvin down pit road. These drivers do need to make a pit stop here to get to the end of this stage. So Gillian's inherits the race lead. Mudweiser up to P2 as Captain D Longnut comes down. Solo now inherits 3rd. Yokeman to 4th. Or sorry, no, not 4th. J Racing to 4th. Then Boss of the Sauce. Sir Gillian shows the bottom. That means he's coming down. The 18 of Boss of the Sauce. So it looks like he's doing the same thing. So we expect to see the 29 and the 18 truck come down pit road this time. And we do see the 29. Ooh, Gillian's really cooking it into the pits. Oh, we do not see the 18. I thought for sure we were going to see that number 18 come down pit road. As there you see, as your race leader, or your previous race leader, coming off of pit road. Right now, though, your race leader is this 88 of Mudweiser. He is showing the bottom, along with a 33 of Solo. Oh, bad entry into 3. Gonna hurt him getting into the pits. Down into pit road. We're going to follow along with Swervin Irvin. This also means I don't know who's running where. That's okay. We can get this all sorted out, hopefully. But when stage 1 is over, but we're right now looking for Gillian's, who is right now, I believe, ahead of the 28 of Irvin. That's Irvin behind JE Racing. So the 28 had to have had an issue on pit road. Sir Gillian's crosses the line as I believe your race leader. Because that is Mudweiser. Mudweiser staying right about where he was inside the top 3. Trying to run down. Gillian's out in the lead. And you got Solo running in P3. And who is that? Oh, Private Patton starting to work his way up through the field, now running 4th in that 98. And now he gets by The 33 for position number 3. So Private Patton working his way up through the field. Started 10th. Right now, though, your race leader is this 29 of Sir Gillians. And Sir Gillians will cross the line and win stage 1. Budweiser in second. Private Patton third. D. Longneck fourth. Solo fifth. Oh. And then Swervin' Irvin finishing sixth. We're going to do something real quick. Hey, guys.
Make sure you fit, guys.
Hey, is anybody else streaming? I don't got Mikey Danman anymore.
Yeah, he's legged out. Swervin' Irvin's got one, don't you, Swerve?
Yeah.
Swervin' Irvin's streaming it. Can you post it somehow to Discord, I think?
I might be able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Pit.
That's
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Who's that?
All right, well, while these guys figure out their stuff, we're going to go back green. Sir Gillians starting out in the race lead. And he assumes it with authority as they go down into turn 1. Gotta back the mic away from my mouth. Holy crap, I just heard myself. That was insane. And now look who it is, Mr. Mudweiser in the 88. He's running through to the race lead. The first time we get to see this 88 up at the front. Swervin' Irvin up to P2 once again, but the leader, Mudweiser, gets to lead what is his first real lead lap of the season. Started 4th, now to the race lead. Contact behind him. Sir Gillian's up into the 28. Here comes the 00. Oh, boss of the sauce out. Young Money up to P2 in the black 00. Oh, Gillian's running way wide. Oh, he's going to lose a ton of positions. Look at the battle up here at the front as they cross the line. Young Money will lead that lap. And Young Money going to run away with it. Started P11, did not qualify. This 00 has worked his way up to the race lead. We're following along with Swervin' Irvin, so that way I can see if I can finagle finding his YouTube channel, so that way Nope, that didn't work. All right. We're going to go back up to Young Money, who's actually running away with the race lead. Oh, my God. Private Patton mired back in traffic, dueling with Sir Gillian's back here for P6. Oh, man, they almost go 4 wide. Yokeman across the nose of the 98. But the draft going to be with both the 98 and the 50 as they move themselves up through the field. Meanwhile, Swerve Irvin to the inside of the 88, top down to see where the runs form and where they go. Swerve Irvin able to break through. He's up to second. But Young Money in the 00 in the black running far away from it. Now Yokeman up here fighting for position. There in the 50. Up to P4, the 98 of Private Patton has moved back into the top 5 after running in traffic. Across the nose of the 98 goes the 88. Yokeman capitalizes on those two getting caught up, and he goes up to third. Now Yokeman fighting for P2, trying to get underneath that 28 of Swerve Irvin. Couldn't quite make the run there. Now has a mirror full of that 98 of Private Patton. You see these guys snaking, trying to break that draft. Yokeman running up farther up the track, trying to keep that 98 behind him. This is one of the better runs we've seen out of this 50 truck, and he knows it, and he wants to keep it that way. He's got last season's champion barreling down upon him. Now the fight being brought by Sir Gillian's. Oh, we got cars getting loose out of 2, going everywhere. The 00 snaking down the back straightaway. He wants to protect that lead he's got. Gillian's inside the top 5, trying to see if he can get a little bit more out of there. A little bit of stream lag real quick. Gillian's goes with the 28. 3 wide for second. Now 3 wide for third as Gillian's able to push the 28 to second position. Yokeman, though, way too high to be able to keep the fight going. Now just 2 by 2 for P3. Gillian's and the 28 continuing to work together here. Is Private Patton going to use that draft off of the 00? Gillian getting the draft through the corners. 98 getting the draft through the straightaways. However, the draft through the corner is going to help at 29 get by 98. Oh, God. Gillian is really trying to force himself clear, but we know Patton, he does not back down. Gillian's going to have the position, but goes up too soon. Into the outside wall goes Gillian's in the 29. Now the battle for the lead. Swerve Irvin to the inside of the 00. Young Money falls to second and now has to fight for it with a 98. And he will lose that fight as he goes way wide through 1 and 2. Gonna lose a good handful of positions all the way from the lead now down to 5th. Meanwhile, Swerve Irvin back to where he started on pole. But he's got the 98 barreling down. Oh, Private Patton getting forced, getting chopped below the apron. This is what happens when you got the talent that this 98 possesses. These drivers will race you a lot harder. Now, Young Money. Looks like he's getting ready to pit here. Back up at the front, though. Oh, Swerving Irvin gets caught 3 wide. Oh, as that was the end of the stage, and I do believe it was the 98 of Private Patton winning the stage. Young Money, who is up there in the top 5, going to finish near the tail end. I can't exactly give you the running order because I don't have a stream up, which is the worst part about this bloody game. So we're just gonna have to ride this out together, y'all, because I seriously don't have a stream. I'm literally calling this race blind, but it's okay. We've done worse things. Private Patton wins stage 2. This will be the run to the finish. I'm gonna assume it'll be about 34 laps, so there will be a pit stop here for the drivers to be able to make it to the end. And look at what we got here. Go Blue Tater. Gonna restart on the front row. I don't know if he didn't pit or what, but the green flag waves and Go Blue Tater will lead us to it. And that is because the 44 did forget to pit. So to the back of the field he will drop. Swerving Irvin and Gillians diving into turn 1, nose to tail. Gillians catches the apron. That'll run him up the track a little bit, right up into the 98 of Private Patton. 29 chops the nose off of the 28. Now here comes Swerving Irvin. The 88. 3 wide for P2. The 88 helps the 98 to the race lead. Now Swerving Irvin up into second as Private Patton trying to run away with it in the race lead. First time he's led all night. Oh, car in the wall! I think that's C. Triller, and it was. Meanwhile, battle up at the front, the 98 and the 28. Duking it out into turn 2, or into turn 1. Swerving Irvin going to run the leader up just a bit. Now out of turn 4 into the start finish line. Gillian's going to fight for second. That'll give Swerving Irvin all he needs to take away that race lead. Gillian's and Private Patton now fight for the top spot. And it will be Sir Gillians that will prevail. Private Patton from the lead, now down to third. Now Gillians on the defense, trying to keep the 98 behind him. Also trying to keep himself in running distance with the 28. So we can keep that draft going. Making sure that 98 can't get a run on him. Now Gillian's there on the top. Now the crossover by the 29. Gillian's looking for the race lead, and he's got it in spades. Meanwhile, Swerving Irvin now might have to start playing some defense. He's got the draft, though, from Gillian's. That's keeping him in second. And now holding himself just ahead of the 98. Patton gonna have to tuck in behind. Swerving just Because he had a run, just didn't have anywhere to put it. Now 4 cars under a blanket, 2nd through 5th. Mudweiser. I do believe that, yes, JE Racing in 5th. All 4 of these trucks you can fit under a blanket. Here comes JE to the inside of the 88. Now trying to see if he can get to the inside of the 98 as well. He's got to finish that first chocolate bar before he can start another. Private Patton with a terrible entry into 1. That'll give JE the run he needs. The 28, a terrible run through 1 and 2 as well. JE gonna look to take that run. Oh, contact! Patton! Excuse me, Patton and Mudweiser. Patton gonna drop in the positions. Oh, JE might have gotten a little bit loose out of turn 2 there. He was going to clear the 28. Now they're side by side for position. Mudweiser looking to take it 3 wide. If he had the chance. Sir Gillian is absolutely loving this as he is running away with that race lead in that 29. Private Patton missing the corner again. JE all the way up to 2nd, now back down. P4. Swervin Irvin, who was in P2, down to 3rd. Mudweiser back to 2nd. There you see the 98 in the back of frame. Trying to find a line he can gain positions in. He's got a lot of ground to make up and not a whole lot of time to do it. Meanwhile, Swervin Irvin and Mudweiser contact in the middle of 1 and 2. Swervin Irvin runs it up and takes 2nd away. Meanwhile, look who's coming back up through the field. Young Money back into the top 5 in the 00. All over the bumper at JE. Oh, had a bit of a run. JE up into the 98. Three wide in the back. Private Patton, Yokeman, and Young Money all fighting for position. Private Patton going to lose out on that deal. Is fighting on the top side, will never ever win at Auto Club, or at least in this game. The bottom's so dominant. The middle is good for defending your position, but that's about it. Meanwhile, Sir Gillian still running as your race leader. Trying to see if he can hold on. Look at the gap behind him. Mudweiser in the 88 to the inside. Swervin Irvin in the 28. Swervin able to hold off. Gillian's trying to break that draft. Do everything he can to keep these guys as far away from him as possible and run these laps out. And remember, here we go, Swervin Irvin going to try and short pit. We do have that one pit stop in order to make it to the end. Swervin Irvin, the first taker. Gillian stays out. That might force some of these guys' hands and force them to come down pit road. Private Patton now back up to P3. Gillian shows bottom. He's pitting this time. Mudweiser pitting this time. Meanwhile, the 98 of Private Patton going to stay out. Oh, Gillian must have just gotten loose. He does not come down. Mudweiser does. But no, Gillian stays out as well. Stays your race leader. Meanwhile, Swervin Irvin out of the pits. Goes a lap down. We have to wait for Gillian's and the rest of the field to pit in order to see where he funnels out. Gillian's this time will show bottom. Gillian's will pit this time by JE Racing in the back there. Shows he's pitting this time. Really committing to the bottom. Here we go, Gillians. Below the apron, now to the entry at pit road. Private Patton goes around. As you race the leader, but we're going to follow along with Swervin' Irvin. This to get his lap back. Next time around will be for position, and we'll see what he gets. And I really wish I could tell you where everybody's at right now, but it is not looking good. I'm literally calling this race blind. We're going to stay on with Swervin' Irvin. Right now, though, Private Patton, your race leader, he will pit this time by. So he will have the freshest equipment on track. Swervin' Irvin undercut the field onto pit road. There's Sir Gillians exiting pit road. There you see him going into turn 1. He's below the apron. So this is going to give this 28 time to catch him. Meanwhile, Mudweiser, I do believe that was a pass for the lead. Mudweiser in the 88 takes the race lead away from the 29. And Swervin' Irvin, short pitting the field did not work. He actually ended up losing a position. He fell down to second or third. Meanwhile, Mudweiser, your race leader, looking for his first win on the year or season. But there are 2 trucks working together behind him, and Sir Gillians swerving. Well, at least I thought they were working together. No, this is a fight per position. Gillians to the outside, Swervin' Irvin. Actually, he backs down. Gillians must have missed the corner. Swervin' backs out to keep Gillians in front of him. They'll continue to try and work together to catch that 88. Laps winding down here. How many of them? Your guess is about as good as mine. Mudweiser, though, continuing to pace the field. The best he's run all season has been here at Auto Club. Right now, trying to maintain that gap he has to Sir Gillians running in second. Where the hell did Private Patton go? Way back here in 5th. He is nowhere near out of it. I've seen crazier things happen. And I wish I would. Yeah, whatever. We'll see if he can get there before that checkered flag waves. 21 laps. Apparently Coy might be my ticket into knowing what the hell is going on, which is perfect. As we got battle for the race lead, Sir Gillians to the inside of Mudweiser for P1. 4 people in the stream, what's up, y'all? We're coming down to the end of this one at Auto Club, and right now you just saw the pass for the race lead. Sir Gillians takes it back from the 88, and now Swervin' Irvin closing that gap on these 2. And then behind them, last season's champion running 4th, Private Patton. Has a lot of ground to make up, but he does have the freshest equipment of anybody on track right now. As the laps continue to wind down. Wait, Kai, how do you know how many laps are left, dog? Meanwhile, on the track, Gillian's running damn near the apron down the back straightaway. He wants nobody getting a piece of him. Meanwhile, oh, it looked like there was a pass here. J.E. looked like he was looking to make a pass on the 98. But look at this. Private Patton not done yet. The gap shrinking between him and the leaders. Oh, Triller. Oh, dumbass. That makes sense. Now these guys really got to start potentially working together here. As that 98 of Private Patton is running these guys down. The last thing these three want to see is that 98 catch them. The defense they're gonna have to play. Gonna have to be Super Bowl caliber. Freshest equipment, one of the fastest trucks on track. Hunting them down. Oh, Gillian's missing turn one. Gets into it with Mudweiser, who assumes the race lead once again. And that only is good news for Patton. And he's got that 00 working right with him. Private Patton searching for his first win on the season. We only have barely double-digit laps left to go, just over 10. Meanwhile, Swerve and Irvin on pit road, so these guys are going to have to pit one more time just to make it to the end of this. Swerve and Irvin trying to short pit the field once again. And look at this. Yes, Patton did win Watkins Glen. Boss of the sauce in here. What's up, brother? Meanwhile, Gillians to the inside of the 88. Private Patton trying to squeeze the middle. He's going to force his way in. Wow. And look at this. Young Money to the inside, making him go 3 wide. He'll be in the draft of Gillians. Gets a little bit loose. He's trying to stay with that 29. Gillians holds on to the race lead, but only just. As the 98 is there. Couldn't make it stick through 3 and 4. But the outside momentum will just be there for him. He's going to try and get into the 29's draft. Gillian sees him charging on the bottom. Says, if you're going to pass me, it'll be on the top. A lap older tires on this 29. Ooh, chopping the nose on the 98, making sure he can't get a run on him. Patton gonna run him up. Oh, force his way to the inside. He does. Gillian's up the track. Private Patton to the race lead. Gillian's quick to get back in the draft. Got a lot of speed to make up. He had to really let off through 3 and 4. As it is only these two left on track. Mudweiser came down that last time by. Here we go, Gillians down pit road. Private Patton sticking with his strategy. There's the 28 going to get his lap back. Swerve and Irvin. We're going to ride on with this 28. And if anybody in the chat wants to tell me how many laps are left, that would be beautiful. LOL. So we're going to stick on with this 28. This will be potentially for position with the 29. Sir Gillian's in his pit box. We saw how the short pit worked last time, but Swerve Irvin willing to stick with it, as it didn't really lose him that much time, but he does have way older stuff. Gillians out of pit road. Swerve Irvin. That is a pass for position. Private Patton on pit road. Now we stay on with Swervin as he gets well by the 29. Short pit definitely working this time. There's Private Patton in his box. Swervin Irvin should be able to get by him for the race lead. Private Patton now leaving the pits. Swervin Irvin, 10 to go. So we're going to go with 9. 8. 9 laps to go. Here is Swervin Irvin. Thoroughly takes the race lead. Wow, I'm going exactly the wrong way. Sir Gillian's through to second. Then it's Young Money into third. Private Patton way back off the 28. The stay out strategy. Now he's actually fighting for fourth with the 88. Another truck he has to get by. 7 to go. As Swervin Irvin crosses the line. Look at the advantage he has over that 98 way back there. He may be on the freshest equipment, but I don't see him being able to close that gap if this 28 can hit his line. Now he's got the 88 of Mudweiser working with him, so that will help. 2 trucks in a draft spot are better than 1. It's how are they going to get by those that are ahead of him, like this one, the 00 Young Money, who could really use a good run today. Having the best run he's had so far. How quickly will he be willing to give it up? 98, more than willing to go to the outside. Will he make it stick? Yes! Oh my God! And Private Patton through to third. We are now coming to 5 laps to go, I want to say. Five to go. I'm strictly guessing. Gillian's getting ever closer in the 29. Meanwhile, the 98, 2 lap, fresher tires than the leader. Sir Gillian's has a full lap fresher, and here he goes. Gillian's in the 29 to the race lead. Or at least slowly but surely getting there. Forces the 28 up the track. Gillian's, your race leader, trying to get, I want to say it's going to be his first win as they come to 4 laps remaining. No, the 28 way off. Wow, Swervin Irvin down pit road. No way they have to pit again. But Sir Gillian's your race leader. Way in the back there, you see the 98 of Private Patton. He is closing as we have 4 laps to go. Sir Gillian's is, yes, looking for his first win on the season. Time running out on the 98. May have the freshest equipment, but it's all about timing, and he may be running out. 3 to go. Private Patton has no challengers. He is just focused on hitting his marks. Oh, and Gillian's might be getting a little bit of luck. No, truck's too far out in front. Can't get the draft. Private Patton still continuing to close that gap on the 29. Didn't really get the 3 and 4 he wanted to, but it doesn't really matter when you have the freshest equipment. 2 laps to go. Gillian's really having to look in his mirror just a tad. As time running out, but it looks like the 98 is not out of this yet. He will have a shot at the 29, but we know Gillian's, he will not give up that position easily. This coming to the white flag. And on the look back cam on the 29. 1 lap to go, I want to say, as they cross the line. I could be completely wrong. Well, it's not the checkered, so I'm not entirely off. And my, oh my, and that is Swervin' Irvin just ahead of these guys. He just barely staying on the lead lap, but unable to make it to the end here. Oh, 3 to go. Okay. Shoot, that's so much time. Now coming to 2 laps to go. I was way off. Gillian's doing everything he can to hold off that 98 of Private Patton. So next time by will be the white flag. Gillian's just has to get there. He sees the 98 in his right in his rear view. It's gonna be close. The 98 really closing that time. Private Patton's gonna be there as they come to the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Auto Club. Gillian's gonna let to go up high, not gonna give the 98 the satisfaction of getting any draft off of him. This gonna be a run to the checkered. Gillian snaking to the bottom. The 98, though, did get a little bit of draft before he did it. So it's going to be a little bit of a run. But how much will it be? Down into 3 and 4. 29 just has to hit enough of his stuff. Across the line. It is Sir Gillian's getting his first win on the season, holding off a hard-charging Private Patton in the 98. But Sir Gillian's did it just well enough. Another lap and we were going to have a showcase. But just maybe a lap and a half short on this 98 as he finishes in P2. But what a run by Gillian's. Has been up front all day. Did what he needed to do. Excellent pit calls. And it was just enough. Beats Private Patton out by a car length as they came across that line. And now we're going to send out... Oh. We're going to send out an invite. It would help if I had a party started. We're going to get Sir Gillian's up here to see if he wants to talk with us. Talk it over with us about his first win on the season. It'll be pretty exciting to see if he'll come up here, because I know he was pretty jazzed about the whole thing. What a race, too. How about that? What a run. It was Swervin' Irvin who actually got the fastest lap on the race. And there he is, your race winner.
Can you
the 29 of Sir Gillian's.
Lord have mercy. You seen that?
I did see that. Now, I got to know. Now, I got to know, coming down to those final 5 to go, or at least I was guessing it was 5 to go, man, what was the feeling inside that truck? Because it had to have been anxiety central in there.
Man, I did not breathe whatsoever, that's for sure. My foot was on that throttle, and it wasn't going to go anywhere else, that's for sure. I was, man, crapping my pants seeing Patton behind me.
I was going to say, now you had a pitch. Now your pitch strategies, walk me through that. Was that predetermined that you were going to be like right smack dab in the middle of everybody?
Well, not really. My strategy was I just saved fuel as much as I can, really. Luckily, my setup had a fuel-saving gear, and I did some calculations, and I knew I had to save at least a couple laps of fuel to make it to the end without, having to stop or run out. So I saved half a lap extra to be able to make it. So I think that's what got me the win there. Just fuel strategy and pit stops and whatnot paying off, I guess.
Yeah, and when you know that truck is coming, that Private Patton's got a fast truck, B, the freshest equipment. How were you able to block that out and just hit your lines and do what you had to do to win? Because I bet you it was stressful as hell.
I wasn't able, but I got lucky there. I don't know if you saw, but turn lap 2, turn 2, I believe it was, 2 to go. I screwed up. I got tight. Like, if I didn't lift, I would have slammed the wall off of 2. And he was around a second. I was keeping him around a second and somewhat behind me, and he got all the way up to half a second behind me. And that's when I really started to crap my pants, to say the least. But luckily, I was able to hold him off at the end there, run a clean line last lap, and, get the dub, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know that this season didn't really get off to the start that we were accustomed to you having back in the Cup car. What has it been about those trucks that have been so hard to work around?
I don't know, man. I think it's a luck thing because, one, last few races I've just been disconnecting, as you've seen. That's been a big factor, but, another thing is luck, and the Truck Series had a black flag. Not the Truck Series, in the Daytona race, I had a black flag, put me all the way back there. And like I said, disconnecting when, I shouldn't have. So, stuff like that. It hasn't been the truck, it's just been my luck this season, But hey, I turned it around tonight, right?
Yeah, you did. You turned that luck around, and you got your first win on the season, which is huge after you weren't able to make it last week. So we'll be able to see how you can rebound in the points after this, man. But hey, congratulations on your race win tonight at Auto Club, and we look forward to seeing you next week over at the All-Star race, actually, at Eldora.
So, let me explain that real quick. So we're all going to be running sliders, so it's more equal, and I know not everyone's going to have a good custom setup for that track, so it should be more fun racing and equal racing. And the top 5 will be receiving a certain amount of playoff points. The winner is obviously going to receive a lot more, but I still haven't figured how much that would be, but that's kind of how the format will be. So, should be exciting. Some fun racing.
All right, brother. What?
Do no stages, 50% no stages. See how that goes. But, yeah. By the way, shout out Dubby, right? D-U-B.
Oh, yes.
Use code AIRLEAGUE, capital A-I-R-L, League. Get 10% off your order. That's right.
Yes. No, please give them a shout. Dubby really has been a sponsor of this league for the past 2 seasons, and we really appreciate them being on board. And if you can, they have actually a really cool deal for a starter kit. For, I believe, $15, you get a little water bubbler and a 3-pack of the trial flavors of the that they do. And I will tell you, I drank all of them. They're all fantastic. If you can, please go give them at least a look. See what they're about. It's all natural, no preservatives, none of that fake shit. All 100% good for you. But yes, no, W has been a wonderful sponsor for this league. But we're going to wrap this up. Hey, man, congratulations on your race win, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week at Eldora.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the wonderful commentating you do.
Yeah.
A lot of people love it, trust me.
And as for my commentating, we're going to look to wrap it up here. Thank you, guys. We had so many people up in the views tonight. We had at the very most, I think, 5. Maybe I think I saw a 6, maybe. If I didn't see a 6 this week, I better see it next week, yo. Because we had some damn good racing here, and we got a dirt track coming up next week, and we know how good those dirt tracks are. But for tonight, this has been the Air Racing League at Auto Club. Your winner, Sir Gillians. His first win on the season. My name is Walbridge, and we are